Well, well, good evening. It's Sunday, and we are back in our game. Yesterday, we added a whole bunch of shiz, actually. We put this in, which needs better graphics, but we did put it in. And we made it so that poop gets transferred from a casket that is plugged in to the storage, which is pretty neat. What else did we do? Well, that's about it, actually. There was a lot of refactoring. That's about all we did. So then, we also did a few games of Noita, which was pretty good. But then I decided I want to be able to take people out of caskets. So that's what I've been doing. So it's kind of partially working in progress. Let's I might need to restart Unity. Look how slow it's being. Slow, slow, slow. That's really slow. We are going to have to restart Unity. But I have a guy, part of a guy, that we can drag around. We need to finish off doing the rest of his body parts. But generally speaking, it's okay. It's a little bit glitchy sometimes, but that's just because I've been very lazy when setting it up. But if we can get this working, I'm also thinking about different types of occupant. I'm not sure if we're really ready for that commitment yet. But I am thinking about different types of occupant, which might be pretty cool. But for now, we're going to work on this. Da da da. Da 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 da. Which should be pretty cool. And if we get that working, we can think about the material reclamation device, which could be pretty rad. So, I've been pretty lazy with this so far. However, I think I might have got ahead of myself. So, let's think about occupants. Occupants are occupants. They have health. They have, well, pretty much just health. But they also have a role. They have a rank. And species? That one's a big old question mark. But I think they do have a species. I really want to implement multiple species. But the role and the rank are the important things to think about. Because we need to think how we're going to display those. Based on the occupant. Now I think the way we do it, I think the role we can do via... It might sound lame, but probably via what hat they're wearing. You know? Go full Mario Galaxy. Your hat determines your role. That could work. And then for rank, I don't know, they can have an insignia somewhere. Somewhere on their outfit. But I think what that means is we should probably finish the human. We should probably redesign the human so that you can have different hats. Because I could keep doing what I'm doing now, which would be fine. But then that's just more stuff that I need to rewrite once I implement the role and rank stuff, right? And once we have the role and rank and potentially species stuff, then we'll be in a pretty good position for doing the whole request system. And then we can have a rank as well. And a role. Could be pretty cool. So, I guess what that means is we need to go here. Which means I probably need to... I'm going to create a new one. So, we need to start off with a head. Yoink. But it needs to be like just a head. So that we can put different hats on it. Which is going to be interesting. Yeah, you can have some ears. I suppose, in this day and age, I guess you deserve some ears. Cool. Sort of cool. Pseudo-cool. Cool-esque. Cool adjacent. The neck is gonna be... Yeah, the neck will be part of the head. And we might end up wanting different hairstyles and stuff for the actual heads. But for now, a human is a human. I mean, sure, his head looks a bit flat, but we're gonna put some hair on there. If you like it, then you better put some hair on it. It looks like Kirby. That's fine. This guy's gonna have the blandest hairstyle known to man. Might not even be a hairstyle. It might be like a cap. Yeah, a cap. Yeah. Looks like laziness is back on the menu. It can be a cap. Perfect. Like a sleeper cap. Or something. I don't know. Either that or everyone in the future has very short dyed blue hair. I'm okay with either approach. But anyway, that can be worked out later. Really, that's just... This is the edge of the helmet. Let's extend the neck down a little, which might be a bit much, but that's okay. We'll tweak this. And then we can maybe add like custom random features on the occupants, I suppose. But for now, we're not. So, we have a head. That is the base head. Then, let's add a new layer called maintenance hat. Keeper hat. We are playing as a keeper. That means I can just steal our hat as the first hat that we make. It's the perfect crime. Is this what our hat will actually end up looking like? Who knows? Who knows in this day and age? Maybe it will be. Yoink. You don't get any ears if you're a sleeper keeper. They're outlawed. God damn it. I'm still getting used to my new keyboard. Why are you blue? Why are you blue? Am I missing a line? Yeah. Okay. Cool. We have our first hat. So now we can make different hats. The perfect crime? Maybe. Could be. Then I'm actually going to make a folder called hats. And then for the different species, maybe I should make my second species now. Maybe. Let's put this guy in a new group called heads. This can be human head. Am I really ready to design an alien species? Look, will you just go in that goddamn folder? I'm not asking for the moon on a stick. There we go. Cool. Alien head. Alien head. If I was an alien, what would I look like? Let's create a new layer. Shit, I need a name for these species. For now, they're being called Species 1. I guess they're technically Species 2, but let's not worry about that. Okay, Species 1, what is your head all about? Let's alpha this so that we've got it as a frame of reference. I think, do I want them to wear the same hat? I think so. I think in the future, budgetary concerns would make it so that you'd be like, we probably need the same hat. Also, look at that. That alphaing just highlighted that are in the wrong layer. Shh. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I think for budgetary reasons, in the future, this ship would only hire alien species whose heads would fit inside the hats. At least for now. So, okay, species 1, what do you look like? I think you've got a longer head. Maybe you've got a... like a weird ass... I don't know what I'm doing right now, but we'll make it work. This is species 1 anyway. If they look a bit weird, so be it. Hello, non-com. How many eyes should they have? They're going to be asleep. Should they just have one eye? Should their eye be down here? How to design an alien species. What color should they be? Species 1, you are officially pink. Oh my god. Oh, I need to give them the bald cap. Coincidentally, all alien races are going to have exactly the same top of the shape of their head. At least until I motivate myself to do different hats for each species. Which I'll be honest, could take a while. That motivation might be hard to come by. I don't think they need ears, though. Let's have their face go, like, in a bit. What am I doing? I'm trying to make this parallel. Not parallel. Yeah, that's a decent alien shaped head. Chaddest of all the aliens. Now, what features would they have? If I was an alien, what features would I have? Well, I'd be an alien, so it's very hard to tell. Hmm. For now, they're gonna have... That's not supposed to be eyes. It's gonna be really hard to design an alien. Let's just start YOLOing it and see what happens. That's my go-to strat, the old YOLO approach. Now you might be thinking, what does that represent? The answer is, I've got no clue. I've got quite literally no clue. But I do know it represents something. I'm just throwing stuff in there and seeing what works, honestly. Oh, alien, oh, alien, do, 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 do. Remember, he's going to be wearing a hat. I might have to make separate hats for the aliens. This is supposed to be his head. I don't know how to show it as being a head. He needs eyes or some sort of eye analogy. Something analogous to eyes. That clashes too much, I think. Although we might be able to make it work. Hmm. I'm just trying to give him a bit of texture. I don't even know what it represents at the moment. But I do know that I probably don't want to go overboard with it. I think that officially qualifies as overboard. Unless I add more features. Now, eyes. Alien guy. You can have a lone eye. It's going to be closed. Maybe they shouldn't have eyes. He needs some features, that's for sure. Some features of some sort. I think he does need eyes so that we can open them conceptually. Maybe he should have 3 eyes. Thing is, once you start designing aliens, it's like... It's very tricky. I think this guy looks pretty cool. I should have made him be a grayscale so I could color him at my whim. But maybe I can grayscale him later. Feel like... Is that... What even is that? Is that his neck? That might be his neck. I didn't want it to be his neck. I wanted it to be like... Now he just looks surprised. Surprised Pikachu face. They're not supposed to be eyebrows. Maybe that's fine. Maybe he doesn't need a mouth. Will he look a bit dumb with a hat? Yeah. But who cares? He's a freaking alien. He can deal with it. Cool. So we have a human head and an alien head. Nice. Now, I'm vaguely happy with that. At least for now, it's something to work on. Now we can have 2 different heads based on the species. So that's cool. Next is a giant ear alien. Yeah! Massive ears. Like Dumbo ears. There should be one alien who's got like the thinnest head known to man, and there's just this helmet just balancing on top of it. He's got like a pipe thin head. That'd be really cool. I think he looks alright. We could tweak him as time goes on, but I think he looks okay for now. So then we need... He looks better than the human does. The human looks lame. But I guess that's because I put more effort into this guy. Keeper hat. Why aren't you in the hats folder? Right, then we need human torso. I guess human should be species 1. It's a bit uncouth singling them out. I've got human and then I've got species 1. It's a bit uncouth. Really, humans should be species 1 and this guy should be species 2. We should be approaching this from a non-human perspective, considering you are going to be able to play as an alien. I'm committed to that. Anyway, human torso. I think I'm just going to steal that from here. I say steal. I made it. Is it really theft? The human torso is again going to look lame. But, you know, we'll put some more effort into the alien one. I think the aliens will mix it up a bit. Really? You're just going to place that there? What happened to pasting at the location I copied it from? Oh, there we go. He's going to have a different torso, so that's fine. I guess torso. It's going to be interesting. Anyway, let's create a new folder for torsos. Now, sadly, we are going to... I just realized he was already in that group. Sadly, we are going to probably have to have our aliens at least all conceptually be humanoid in some regard. Which is a bit of a shame. Anyway, let's keep this as a reference point. Okay, alien. What is your ideal torso? I want this guy to be kind of octopesque. You know? Have those octopus vibes. Maybe his body is like, maybe he's got a really... No, he's not going to have a really thin body. Maybe he's got like... I don't know what this guy's body would look like. Then again, I didn't know what his head would look like, and that came out okay, so let's just YOLO it. It's going to be the arms where it's interesting. I kind of want him to have 4 arms. Not 4 arms, but 4 arms. I don't know. In my mind, everything just comes across as cliche. Which I guess it is. But we want the equivalent of shoulders. But if he's going to have 4 arms, we should have like some coming out here. And then some coming out down here. So let's... Maybe it should come in more. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I have genuinely got no idea what the hell I'm doing. But you know, in a way, that kind of makes sense when you're designing like an alien species, you know? Just try not to think about it too much and you can always fall back on the old, it's an alien. It's not supposed to be rational to a human mind. That being said, I do think it's a bit trash. But shading can do quite a lot. Maybe shading will save it. Think about it. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not entirely sure. Now, they're not his arms, just for the record. I just want to make that perfectly clear. These are not his arms. I'm not that weird. As to where his actual arms will be, I don't know. Yoink. Anna says, it'd look really funny if those were arms, like a small Pokemon or something. Yeah, it would look funny. He looks super bizarre. I don't know what colour he's going to be. I guess this is his uniform. I'm not going to have him rocking around naked. It'd be funny if he tried to squeeze into one of these uniforms. And like, it had like bits cut out here to allow his extra thing to stick through. But it wouldn't really work. But if the space company was so cheap that everyone was wearing human uniforms, but like modified, so that the alien could cram into them. That'd be pretty good. So for now, we are actually going to make it the same color. Just so I don't have to think about it. God damn it, every time. Ugh. I just want this color again. I know, he's going to look a bit lame in this color. But then, that's just his top. That's not his actual body, that's his top. Which we will add shading to make it look alright. But first, let's get his arms in place so that we understand what we're working with here. Shit, man, if he's going to have 4 arms, I can't just use left and right. Yeah, maybe I can. Let's draw an arm. Let's draw an arm. Where's the harm in drawing an arm? I kind of want him to have, like, tentacles. Thing is, they have to be draggable. We need to make it so that they'll work in this system. The dragging people around system. You know? I pulled his head off. The dragging people around system. We need to make it work in that regard. Which means... Well, I don't know what it means. But it means something. Isn't the hot new thing to let LLMs do everything art related? Look, I'm trying to learn to become an artist. But yes, it is. And I know you've probably been facetious with that comment. And if so, very good. How about no? The other tricky thing is he has to fit inside the casket. I should probably have the casket here as a reference point. I definitely should have the casket here as a reference point. Shit, man, he's too big. Icarus says, the one thing I learned in art school is everything looks good in the dark and from the side. Yeah! He's too big. His arm can't go out that far. Shiza. Although I guess when he's in bed, maybe they can be folded over his chest. Yeah, when he's in bed, they can be folded over his chest, so I don't actually need the casket as a reference point. Get out of here, casket. This is only the first section of his arm, remember? He's gonna be like... He's gonna have like tentacles. So I think that'll actually do. As long as we kind of round it off. Sure. And for colouring it, I guess we'll make it... Well, he's going to be wearing an outfit. Maybe he isn't. This guy can be going bare-armed. We'll add some like proper texture to it at some point. Maybe give it some of these. Maybe not. Well, maybe. Maybe we'll worry about that later. I'm a big fan of the old worry about it later. Yeah. Okay. New group. Arms. Then we need to do shit, man. Left arm to the second segment, which I'm definitely not gonna just move this down and rotate it. But there's no denying we probably could, to an extent, if we sort of linked it up somehow. We probably could get away with doing that. No, it just looks like sausages. Why did I say I was going to design an alien? Because I want an alien. That's a sad reason. Look, I don't know. I don't know, alien. I don't know what to do with you. You're just going to look like you've got sausages, no matter what I do. Then again, you are an alien. Maybe sausages are, you know, standard alien arms. I really don't know what I'm doing anymore. I knew the arms would be what screwed me up. The arms are always what screw me up. I mean, arguably, you could say the body was kind of screwed as well. But, you know. Sackboy says, who is that? That is just another sleeper casket occupant. I'm trying to make them... This all started with me wanting to have different hats. Why did I say I was going to give this guy 4 arms? Well, I'm committed now. That's a funny occupant. Yeah! It is. And look, he can wear a hat. Oh. We'll probably work on the hats a bit. Right. If I was an alien, Maybe I should try and do the human arms first. Try and get a feel for it. The human arm shouldn't be too bad, right? Human arm should just be like, I don't know, 2 segments. Keep saying left arm and then these are actually their right arms, but who cares? Okay, Mr. Human. Enjoy your incredibly straight arm. This is too straight. Tell me why my human's got a straight arm. It's fine. I guess arms should be kind of straight. That's their whole purpose, right? That seems very small. He's got like a baby arm. Let's give him a few more pixels on that thing. Yeah, it still seems kind of... Maybe it's thin is what I'm thinking. It seems kind of thin. Give him 1 extra pixel of girth. Yeah, it's better. That little bit of extra girth made all the difference. Now this guy, this should be, I don't know, purple. Yeah. And then we need to do his lower arm and his hand. Groovy. Wonder if I should do like an elbow as well so that I can hook them up. Probably. That might work really well. Let's try it. New human left arm joint. And this can just be like, it doesn't need to be anything crazy. In fact, I'm going to make it overlap a bit. This might be excessive. But you know what? Who cares? And then I probably want this to go out like here. Not entirely sure what I'm doing right now, but I think it makes sense. We'll see how it translates to once it's actually in the game, as it were. We might have to tweak it, but that's true about everything we do, so. Not giving this guy the straightest arm known to man. He can have a little bit of curvature. He can have a little bit of Popeye going on. This guy's gonna have giant Popeye arms. I can feel it in my bones. Yeah. Okay. That was too Popeye. If you're looking at this thinking, oh, that sucks. Trust me, I'm thinking it too. I've got no idea about human proportions, even though I can like look at my own arm and be like, oh, I see. I literally have a reference point right next to me. And yet, no matter what I do, it's going to look like some weird Slender Man kind of thing. I guess there's a reason they say people are really hard to draw. He's always going to look like the frickin' Slender Man, but there's no denying that your forearm is longer than your goddamn upper arm. Maybe the upper arm is... No, it's about the right height. Whatever. Let's do summon. Am I going to resort to cloning the upper arm? Yeah, I'm pretty close to it. Use the head as my unit of measurement. Well, yeah, I guess I'm just glad I don't have a freaking face cam right now, because I'm doing some weird shit trying to use my head as a unit of measurement. So an arm is really like the length of your head. Or at least it's the length of my head. The lower arm. You know what? We're just going to go with this and we're going to see what it looks. It's going to have the Popeye look again. I'm standing by what I said. We're going to go with this and see what it looks like. And then I guess I want a hand on the end of this. Do I want the hand to be a separate entity? I don't think it needs to be. So let's incorporate a hand into this charade. Be surprised your hand is approximately the size of your chin to hairline. Yeah, that's true. Shoulder to elbow, elbow to wrist. No, the hand isn't. Well, not quite. Kind of, though. Never realised how big a hand is. But that's fine. This guy's going to have those fake hands. Why did I decide to do this today? Out of everything I could be doing, I decided to do the one thing I'm terrible at. I know that doesn't look good, but it doesn't need to. You know what? That's fine. Does it look shitty? Totally. Is it good enough? Absolutely. Maybe once he's got like legs. Oh my god, legs. Maybe once he's got legs, it'll look alright. And anyway, he's not going to be in this weird pose like ever. For now, that's good enough. He's got his weird Slenderman arms that might not be Slenderman arms. I'm just going to flip these, so I'm going to call it arm one. Hello, Biasen. Good to see you, man. Been a while. Okay. That is fine. Well, we're making some 2D art. Yeah, some really bad 2D art. Some really bad 2D art. As you can see. It was going okay when I was doing the alien. up until I had to do his arms. Honestly, the arms are where it all falls apart for me. But we're only doing this so we can apply them to ragdolls. That's literally their only purpose in life, is to be ragdolls. So, you know. I want to get the occupants of the caskets being ragdollable. Once I have that, I'm going to be pretty happy. I think I want to put this in game. Yeah, I do. I want to see how this arm plays out in game. We can attach it to our ragdoll. I've already got the ragdoll. Well, sort of. Got it half done. Human arm joint. Da 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 da. Human arm 2. This one I'm not happy about, but to be fair, I'm not happy with any of them, so it's fine. The only thing I'm happy with is the alien head, which I think looks pretty good. Right. Now we're going to swap these arms out. Get out of here, old human arm. Even though I think you might have been better. No. I didn't hide the body when I selected the upper arm. South Park characters don't have elbows. I think it's just upper arms with hands. Yeah! But I'm not really making South Park, am I? Don't get me wrong. I wish I was. I think when you're ragdolling a human, you almost have to have elbows. That's my opinion, at least, which is neither valid nor invalid. I see. Let's focus on the left arm first. God damn it. That's how it is, huh? We'll need to replace the collider. Which is fine. I'm actually going to give this guy a real collider. Do 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 do. You take the high road, and I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland before ye, where me and my true love will ever meet again, on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. Awesome. Cool. We need to connect this joint properly. Let's just connect it, I don't know, there. And the right arm, I'm going to nuke for now. Get out of here. Then elbow. Oh, I hope this works. It probably won't, but I hope it does. They're going to have their own layer, I think. No, they're going to have to live in the casket layer. Well, could go either way. And then he needs... Does he need a rigid body? Does he need a collider? Maybe not. I think he does. Pretty sure he needs a rigid body, even if it's just uber lightweight, just so that we can attach the joint to it. Probably doesn't need to be a spring joint, you know. But whatever. I don't think the elbow needs a collider. It definitely needs a rigid body. mm. 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 Maybe it does need a collider. Yeah, whatever. Let's see what happens. And then, I guess, arm bottom. Gonna be very interesting to see how this pans out. Need to do this guy's collider. There we go. Cool. Mm, 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 mm. Sure. And then he needs a collider and a rigid body. It can have a massive 2. And then we need another joint, which I guess can go from the arm to the elbow. Mm-hmm. No, that's not what I wanted. That's not really what I wanted, but it does give me access to it, so. Right. God knows how this is actually gonna play out. We're about to find out. Once I set that to 1 and set that to 0. I bet it's gonna freak out. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. It's gonna freak out. You know, it's actually not that bad. I don't know how much work the elbow's putting in. It kind of works. Probably needs a bit of tweaking. For some reason he's locked in place. Why are you locked in place? Oh, I know why. Because I need to remove that guy. I'll be the first to admit it doesn't look great. But I'll also be the first to admit it doesn't look terrible. Ooh. Oh, snapping his arm back. Maybe everyone should be aliens. Maybe there should be no humans. The reason he's doing that weird David Brent pose is because I need to fix the collider on the body. Also, his arm's kind of deconstructing, but that's fine. I think I just need to... I might need to actually give the elbow a collider, you know? But yeah, if you look at the editor Uni, you see how the body's collision is like just a square. That's why it's behaving so odd. And it's at least one reason why it's behaving so odd. So let's fix that. God damn it. We might tweak this collider even more than what we're about to do, but we'll see how it plays out. Maybe he'll get rid of his weird stance. I might have to add some artificial constraints on his arms. Then we need to, what, remove this collider and give him a poly one. That might behave nicer. I might need to make the collider for the body actually go inside a bit. Probably will. Make it not actually follow the mesheroo. Yeah, it's still... His arm is still locked in place. His upper arm. That's fine though. I think to tweak that, it's just... Well, let's have a look. I think to stop this being locked in place, do we just move it out a bit? Do we just... increase the distance on the spring? That's too far. It's twitching. No, his upper arm is like hyper locked in place. I'm gonna have to mess with the collider for the body, I think. What if I do that? Yeah, that's better. If I move the distance back down to 0.04, yeah, much better. Cool. I think I need to do something about the elbow. The elbow is not... maybe... I mean, it's... Arguably, it doesn't really matter, but I think it does. It should always be pointing outwards, right? Which we can probably do. However, this is working okay. If you ignore the terrible graphics, which I know is a hard ask. But if you do ignore the terrible graphics, it's working alright, I think. Ugh, I've still got that issue, where I pull the head off. Cool. Let's give him his other arm. I don't think I can just flip this entire arm, can I? No, but I can flip the sprites in it. But I don't think flipping the sprite will flip the collider. No. Shiza! But I don't want to make a separate object. There really is no God. I wish there's a button to just regenerate this. Maybe reset does. No. That is so dumb. So it generates the collider based on the sprite. But if you flip the sprite, it still generates the collider backwards. Stupid. It's really stupid. That blows, man. What if I just scale everything by -1? Perfect. I know. I'm pretty great. Sure. And then we just need another spring joint. Living in the land of spring joints. Not really sure where these were hooked up on the other one. But let's see how that pans out. I want to believe. As a wise man once said, that's good enough. I think with good graphics, it'd be all right. For the alien guy with 4 arms, not forearms, but 4 arms. That should be fine. Sort of. We might have to make... Hello, test channel. Not sure why you said but I'll allow it. Did I not change that? No, I did change that. Wonder why that's locked in place now. You, where's your beef? He's coming for us. He's trying to cop a feel. There we go. Phew. That's better. Da 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 da. Can you leave? You can do what you want, man. You can do what you want. That's your privilege for being a human being. That's the optimal way to push things. The spinning approach. Cool. Now we just need to give him a waist and legs, I guess. It's kind of weird pulling him around when he's got no waist or legs. Surprisingly satisfying pulling this guy around by the arms. I'm not sure how we're gonna onload him / offload him from the caskets. But that is a separate problem. Anyway. I've got to do it. Cool. Right, let's do the Well, it's either do the hips or do the alien arms. I'm pretty demotivated after the human arms. I'll be right back, and then we'll decide which we're doing. The verdict is in. We're going to... Oh, we've been playing for 6 minutes. We're going to, finish off the human. And then we can worry about making it look good later. Right. This would be like hips, right? Should he be wearing like shorts? I think he should be wearing like shorts. And again, we can't go too far into leg territory, not really. Let's just keep it simple. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Sure, that'll do. What colour should his shorts be? I might give him a belt later. Null says, Asus Sprite still the #1 MS Paint alternative for pixel working? I don't know. I'm really bad at pixel art. I'm not the person to ask. I've been using it instead of Photoshop. I was using Photoshop, but I've switched over to this and I find it much easier. Just because it gets rid of a lot of the noise. In Photoshop, there's too much stuff you can do. But when I'm just trying to do pixel art, I find this is a lot more streamlined, you know, which is good for me considering I don't know what I'm doing. So the more streamlined, the better. Human hips. Let's import that bad boy. Arguably, its physics shape is fine as is. But I don't believe that for a second. I'm a perfectionist, and we might end up letting this guy's body be ripped apart. So we should probably at least try and make it somewhat sane. And making it so the bodies could be ripped apart would be really good. Unity 22 didn't have the new pricing crap. I don't know, man. I've got no idea. I don't really look into that kind of thing. I just use it for learning. You know? Learning, entertaining myself, getting ideas out of my head. Otherwise they'll sit there forever. So the pricing crap doesn't really affect me. I'm not that worried about it. It's not like I'm going to be selling millions of copies, you know? So it's officially on my irrelevant list. Maybe one day I'll be like, shit, man. But it's highly unlikely. Create new runtime fees. Yeah. Think big. Yeah, sure. Thinking big is good in theory. Until I inevitably don't follow through on my plans, at which point I've just disappointed myself. However, I am thinking big in some regards. As in, my game is a think big kind of game. When it comes to the success metrics of it, there's no thinking big on that one. Ever finished a project? No. Exactly. That's exactly my point. But this time, this is where the thinking big comes in. Normally, the art is what stops me. This time, I'm devoting myself to actually learning to do art. At least passable art. And that is going to get rid of my major blocker. And then if the art still sucks at the end, I think some of it looks alright. But if the art still sucks at the end, then yeah, whatever. In this modern age, gameplay trumps art, right? Sort of. Yeah, but I don't want to use just like free assets. It's too restrictive. Like if I want to make something in my game, I don't want to go, oh, let's find an asset for it. I can just make something that looks shitty. Yeah, exactly. That's my mindset. Like, if I end up getting a game that's really cool and really interesting to play and the art sucks, at that point, I just need to make the art better. That's the theory. It's like two separate problems, right? Getting a fun game and then the art. Right, he needs to be attached to the body by a joint. This body's going mad with the spring joints, but that's okay. I think this is his last one. Oh, you need a rigid body. Fine. Okay. Let's just check the hips don't freak out. Sort of. We'll need to fix that, but that's fine. Now we just need to do legs. Brilliant. This guy's getting pretty heavy. I might need to tweak the masses of all his body parts. Cool. Da 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 da. Dee 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 dee. I love playing about with this stuff, which is a good sign, I guess. Right. Anyway. Legs. 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 Okay, let's do legs. This is gonna suck. Let's create a new group for these though, because we're gonna have to make our alien hips. You should be human hips. What's this game about? Description strongly mentions poop, but you can ignore that. It looks interesting. Well, the poop is not a joke, Null. The poop is not a joke. It's a legitimate mechanic within the game. So The game is called Sleeper Keeper, and you are a maintenance guy who gets woken up on a spaceship, and you have to look after these guys, who are the sleepers, the proverbial sleepers who are being kept. They have requirements, they have needs, they have wastes that need to be disposed of, thus the poop. And the concept is, you wake up on a spaceship, you've been woken up by the ship, and it's like all the automated systems that look after all the people who are asleep on this ship have all gone to shit. So I've woken you up to look after them. So it's about exploring the ship, trying to fix the ship, like fix parts of the ship, and look after these sleepers. But the idea is, initially, it'll be a very manual process, but as you start repairing parts of the ship, you'll be able to start using more automated processes to help you look after them. Like you'll be able to, we've got robots. I've not got any in the scene, but we do have robots, and you'll be able to place down tracks that the robots can follow, and then you'd be able to have the robots like do some of the maintenance for you, etc. And then meanwhile, as you offload responsibility onto the automation systems, you'll free up more of your time to be able to explore the ship, where you will find potentially more ways of automating, or you'll find other cool stuff to do. That's kind of the gist. It's like an exploration slash babysitting slash whatever slash something. And so currently we're adding the ability to remove the keepers, not the keepers, you are the keeper. The ability to remove the sleepers from their caskets so that you can, well, the reasons why you'd remove them from the caskets are kind of up in the air at the moment. But there's a few. One is if they've been injured, you'll take the casket to the med bay, then you might take them out, heal them, put them back in the casket, take it back to its socket. Another one is if the occupant dies, you'll take them out of their casket and you'll be able to feed them into the material reclamation device, which will turn them into biomass, which can be used for feeding the other sleepers. They're going to have, so each sleeper is going to have a role on the ship and a rank and be of a certain species, which is why I'm doing the alien as well. So you might want to take a sleeper out of their casket so that you can steal their uniform, so that you can get into an area of the ship that only a captain can get into, or only a navigations guy can get into. You could steal one of their bodies, you know, and take them there. So there's all sorts of stuff that you'll be able to do with the sleepers once they're able to be dragged around. And that's why currently we're doing the dragging around. So, yeah, that's the gist of the game. And I know you said common concept. I don't think it is a common concept. I know sleeper ship, generation ship is a common concept. But the actual game mechanics, the combination of all of it together, I don't think that's a common concept, man. However, I may have explained it poorly. But rest assured, there's no common concept here. Believe me on that one. Now I need to, you played something similar years ago. Give me the name, man. Not sure what it was. In that case, I do not consider it a common concept. I refuse! Until I get that name. You need to go in there, right? That was 15 plus years ago. Okay. I'm trying to think of any games 15 years ago with a similar concept. There could have been. 15 years ago, people were making mad games. However, I will boldly state that if the only example is a game from 15 plus years ago that you can't remember, common might be an overstatement. I hope so, anyway. Anyway, human legs. I don't want to do human legs. Or you can think of as Space Station 13. You know, it makes me think of Space Station 13 quite a bit. Man, I love Space Station 13. It's so freaking good. It definitely makes me think of Space Station 13 quite a bit. What a game, eh? What a game. I'm going to get the scale for these legs completely wrong, so let's just own that fact. Hmm. Sure. Maybe he is wearing shorts. Alright, catch you later, Mr. Null Null. Cool. Then we need the knee. God damn it. On the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. That might be a huge knee, but that's fine. Thing is, the knee... I'm overthinking it. Da 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 da. Dee 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 dee. That might be fine. We'll see. I should probably... Well, should I? We'll see how it does without it. I don't think I've left enough room for... Well, I could just move it up. Just move everything up. No, that's not everything. There has to be an easier way to move everything up. Yeah, whatever. That is a way. I'll take a way. I guess I could just increase the size of the, whatchamacallit. Right. New layer. And this will be human leg 2. And if these guys, when they're being ragdolled around, look a bit stiff, that'll be fine, right? Because they're just coming out of being frozen. It's the perfect crime. The proportions are all going to be off on this as well, but that's fine. Maybe I should do his shoe first. Sure. It's not going to be the most groundbreaking shoe. But, you know, future shoes. I'll do. Sure, he's wearing like... I don't know why he'd be wearing like business shoes whilst he's sleeping, but let's not question it. I feel like that needs to be wider. Maybe 2 pixels wider. Sure. And if his legs are like a little bit too short, that's just what space does to a man. It's a sad fact, but space is the #1 cause of shortened leg syndrome. Actually, that scale maybe looks alright. For a prototype, I'm going to go on record and say that is better than the arms. Right, now we need to export them. I might end up making the foot be a separate object, but for now we won't. Cool. Now we just need to do what we did for the arms to the legs. And I think that might be so literal that I can literally clone the arms and use them as legs. Also, I should really rename these to be proper. But whatever. I know what I mean. The perfect crime? Now, what's depressing is I need to design the alien. I guess I don't need to design the alien, but I would like to design the alien. Let's do this. Da 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 da. Imagine coming in here to my chat and saying, "Oh, yeah, that's a really common concept for a game, but I guess it works." Oh, yeah? Name a game like it. I think I maybe played one 15 years ago. Can't remember the name, though. Give me a break. So now we should just be able to swap these out. Obviously, move stuff around. Update the collision meshes. Oh, I need to do the other. I need to do the lower leg as well. But that's fine. Let's move him up a bit. That's fine. Do 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 do. Shh. Okay, I'm going to allow this square to live. I think the worst part of redoing graphics for this game will be redoing all the collision meshes. Because as soon as you update the sprites, you need to make sure the collision still matches up. And that will not be a fun task. Cool. So then redo the poly. I really wish you didn't have to remove it and re-add it. It sucks. Maybe there is a way. I could probably set up a button to do it for me. If I was really that worried about it. Shh. No. Mm. 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 Dare I say it? The perfect crime? His leg might be too big. There is a chance his leg is too big. He's wearing those hot pants. And then all we need to do is update the these guys. Sure. And actually attach it to the hips. Dee, 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 dee. Sure. I don't like that they're touching. That might be fine. Guess we'll see. And then we just duplicate this guy. Give him the old -1 scale. Move him across. I really feel like his legs are too long. So all that time in space, it does things to a man. And then another joint connecting these two. Whoa, that went crazy. Sure. Well, he's definitely too big. We know that. Because he won't even fit in a casket. But that's fine. That's just, getting rid of his basketball legs. The real question is, does it work? Arguably, yes. It's a bit weird. Might need to give him longer shorts. It does mostly work, though. We already know about that issue with the hips. And I'll take mostly working any day of the week. It's actually working surprisingly well. wonder if you can use his body to hold this lever shut. Is it heavy enough? No. Not quite. Did I not set the damping on that one leg? Is that what it is? Yeah. That's better. I mean, we might be able to position him in some pretty weird ways. But that's what space does to a man. You know? It does weird things to the bone density. Your arm's still locked, huh? Right, lest I forget. One zero. Disable collision. No, wait. No, wait, yeah. And this guy, we've got the old hip problem. That might fix it. That guy's a freaking giant. Mm. Mm. No, it didn't fix the hip problem. But the hip problem's kind of fixable by default. So I'm not too worried about that. He's a bit too heavy, I think. He's definitely too big. He should be scaled down like, I don't know, 20%. Whoa. Sorry, buddy. Okay, scaling him down 20% didn't particularly work. He got Cronenberged. However, I think that is the right amount. Which makes sense, right? Because he's on the floor. His pants are hanging off. What if I scale him down outside? Hey, buddy, you've been putting on a bit of weight. Nah, just kidding. Whoa. Is that really the scaled down version? 0.8. Do you fit inside the casket? Perfection guaranteed. Nice. Now he doesn't look like a giant. His legs might still be too long. But, whatever. Pretty happy with that. Are there a few minor issues? Sure. I think the legs are a little bit too flexible. All in all, though, pretty happy with it, apart from the actual sprites. I think the knee/elbow problem, while it mostly works, it doesn't work once you turn them upside down. Once you turn them upside down, it inverts their knees and elbows. So that'll need fixing. Apart from that, though, it's, you know, not bad. Cool. So what's next? I guess next is either the alien. The alien, huh? The alien. Well, let's group these. Then they need to be grouped again into human. And then I don't want to do the... Well, I do want to do the alien. I'm totally torn on the alien. I really want to get him working because I think it'd be cool. But on the flip side, I really don't know how I'm going to do... I don't know what he's going to look like. Maybe I should revisit his torso. Maybe his torso's too crazy. He looks like a flying squirrel. Maybe I'm going too out there on the alien. Especially for my first alien. I feel like my first alien could be quite simple. What does he look like with human arms and legs? Stupid, but you know, that's to be expected. Which means we're back in design alien arms mode. I mean, we can't do any worse than my previous attempts. Let's group these into human. And then I'm going to kill these arms. And we will group these. Maybe the alien would just wear a t-shirt. Maybe he's that kind of guy. I'd actually like to make the default clothes look a bit better. I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice. I also need to make another hat so that we can swap out hats based on their role. We need to make like a captain hat or something, or a pilot hat, or a, I don't know, medic hat. Yeah, medic hat would probably be quite easy. We could do a medic hat. Okay, let's do the second hat first. We'll worry about species 1 later. I feel like I should have grouped these based on species, then body part, instead of body part, then species. But that's life. Right, let's do a captain's hat, or a... medic hat, soldier hat, something hat. Just so that we've got 2 hats, so that we can give 2 occupants different roles and make them be wearing different hats. Let's do... captain hat. Okay, what's the captain hat gonna look like? Let's bring the human back. The human head, at least. Trying to design this on the alien head is not gonna work. Okay, captain hat. The captain wears a crown. The captain wears a sombrero. The captain wears a sombrero. The captain wears a sombrero? No. The captain wears a... well, I guess I can just make it up. This is the future. The captain wears like... I don't know. Could be totally boring about it. We're just going to go with my usual approach, which I know doesn't work out that well. But we're just going to make shit up and see what it looks like. Not entirely sure what I'm doing right now. Hey, maybe it could have an eyepiece. No, but one of them will. I don't know what colour that's going to be, so let's just make it white for now. Ooh. I'll be right back. Now the me is here, and so I face doing pixel art. I've made bad sprites. I've made a few. But then again, I'd like to see you guys do better. I genuinely would. Anyway, maybe this isn't the captain's hat. Maybe we'll just draw a hat and then decide a role for it. That's a pretty good hat. That could be the... No, that's not going to be a hat. Chef's hat? Should we have chefs? What would a chef's hat look like? It'd be like... We could totally cliche the chef's hat. Cliched chef's hat. Is there anything better than a good old cliche? Probably. No, it doesn't match up. No. I really thought it would because it splits down the middle. Ah, there is no God. Wait, it really should because it splits down the middle. Oh. It's going to end up kind of looking like a crown. Which is fine. An alien chef. I'll grant you, it doesn't really sit on his head very well. I might end up having to do different hats for all the different species, you know? It'd be very upsetting, but I might have to. The human wears it better. Cool. At least that gives us a second hat. Even if it's lame. Even if it's a role. Well, I guess a chef might have uses. Let's export that. I should do some shading on it. Did I create a hats? No. This isn't a good location for it. Well, poop. Okay, that's fine. I just want to export them all at the same size to make our life easier. You son of a... That's how it is, huh? Maintenance. Keeper. Keeper's what I was calling it. Keeper hat. And I'll re-export the chef's hat. No, I called that the R hat. I hit enter instead of delete. Such is life. Okay, let's delete the R hat. Let's do the old... Not that. Set sprite setting. Actually, let's stop. Then let's do the set sprite settings. Then the head of an occupant should also have a hat. Cool. And then we can, in theory, just swap that out for the chef's hat. Nice. The layering's all wrong. But we'll work that out. Layering's going to actually be a nightmare to figure out. Cool. I need to export human head on its own. Human head. I want to export a human head. Should probably give it some leeway. But let's export it as that. Then we just need to, well, need to move the hat up. We need to move the head down. Cool. Relatively cool. Sort of cool. Pseudo cool. I feel like he still looks too big. But he's not. Guess maybe I could bring him down to 0.75. And now that we can do ragdolls, we can ragdoll ourselves. Which will be cool, because it means when we die, we can leave our body behind. Then we respawn as a different keeper. Find our old body. Use it as food. Nice. Now, alien. I've been putting it off. Let's at least export the alien head, because I like it. I need to give these guys a name, but species 1 is all they're getting. For now. So now, cool. Sort of cool. Also, the chef's hat kind of works on him. He's supposed to be in front of the... Yeah. Unless that is his neck. Maybe he should go behind it. Yeah, maybe. Who's to say? But that means... We got our alien. Cool. Now we just need to, and I've been putting it off, we need to create alien arms, alien legs, maybe alien torso, alien hips. And then we can just programmatically set the sprites based on the species and live the dream, in theory. It's very satisfying dragging this guy's body around. Cool. You can use his foot to jam open the lever. Unforeseen consequences. Pretty useful use for a foot. No! We should make it so that you can chop him up one day. Shouldn't be that hard, you just detach the joint, really. He's way too heavy. He's heavier than the casket. Cool. Pretty happy with that. I think that's worthy of a commit. What have we done? Added ragdoll for occupants and added an alien head sprite. But then the casket probably needs to utilize the hat and the head. The hat and the head. We're just going to kind of blow. However, I think I'm happy to prefab the occupant. Lest I forget and accidentally delete him. That'd be a nightmare. So the other thing we need to be able to do is rank. We've got species. We've got role. Rank. Rank, rank, rank. Now, I thought that could be on their torso. potentially could be on the torso. That'd be a good excuse to draw a better torso, which would be nice. I do need an excuse to draw a better torso. Hmm. 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 At some point, we're going to have to take some time and just touch up all the graphics, like how I did for the casket and the. I mean, the casket still needs work. It's a bit smooth around the edges, but the casket and the machine, we need to. I wonder what these buttons do. Ah. I was wondering if you could do that. That's like hyper useful. However, I am just going to disable it. No, wait, I can't disable that one. Ah, shit. That's fine. Having a ghost casket there's fine. You. I want to hide these two. Because all we care about is their position. You don't need them enabled for that. Which is arguably true for the entire thing. I wonder if that still works. If I fully disable those. It probably does, because all we're passing in is a transform. And if it does, that's super useful, because it gets rid of some objects that we don't need. I wonder what this button does. I don't know. I'm loath to press it. So, what do we do now? What do we do now? I don't really want to do any more art. I want to do some programming. But most of the stuff I want us to do is kind of dependent on us having some art for it. Hmm. There's a few things I want to do. There's the rank, but I don't want to do art. There's getting this guy in and out of the casket, which I think I'm going to do by having a specialized machine for it, probably. Probably. Maybe. It'd be really cool if instead of having this sprite, I could actually put one of these guys in there. We know he fits. We certainly know he fits. Would want him like... Well, either of those. Would want him like there. But we'd probably want to... Well, we'd maybe want to position him better. But it'd be super useful if we did that. It'd be like super, super useful if we did that. Casket, order 0. Yeah, we need to sort out layers, which is not going to be a fun job. Casket, order 1. There's going to be a lot of tedium involved in this part. Where are you, hat? Casket, order 2. Wonder if it'll be too difficult to... I guess I can just make the cover a bit more, you know, translucent. We're basically going to want to... Yeah, we'll make the cover a bit more translucent, I think. We might reposition these, like rotate them, etc. That would be awkward, though. I thought that might happen. We're going to have to uber change a bunch of this stuff. We're going to have to change the caskets layers to be a much wider range, which I should have done from the offset, honestly. Why is he transparent? That's the real question. I think it's because of the light. Is it because of the cover light? Yeah. I need the cover light to be the same size as the cover, but not actually be the cover sprite. I've currently got it being just the actual sprite, which means that we get this happening. So I just need to make a copy of this sprite, but without any of the details, just so it can be used for the light, which will be fine. And that'll solve this ghosting issue. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Well, it's not strictly true. I do want to do it, but it's going to be very hard to make it interesting. Let's at least get his ordering right, and then we can think about something else. But if we do this, then it'll make moving them in and out of the casket easier, in theory. And it sort of makes sense. Last three. His knees are behind him. He's got the old backward facing knees. Which might be cool for an alien, but not for a human. So then I just need to fix the cover light. Without it, it's mostly okay. We need to add the pillow back in. Maybe they don't need a pillow, but I feel like they do. I feel like it was better when they had a pillow. We'll also probably reposition the arms. We'll probably reposition the arms to be not quite so robotic looking. And that'll be Gucci. Thing is, repositioning the arms is actually going to be a pain in the butt. I think. Because it's attached to joints on this guy. When I move the arm, it's not going to move the joint. It's really going to suck. And that's going to be true for each part that we want to rotate. I mean, it might not be that bad. Yeah, maybe it won't be that bad. It's got that kind of snoozing look. We'll need to make sure we You're really not behind the body. That's annoying. Oh, of course you're not behind the body. Easy there, alien dude. Hands are getting a bit je ne sais quoi. Hmm. 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 That isn't good. You know what? That's fine. You don't want him to be perfectly... Well, actually, that arm could do with going in a bit. Please don't look like you're pleasuring yourself. That's all I ask. I'm a simple man. Cool. Apart from the knees, he will indeed fit in the casket. I mean, it's very close when it comes to his feet. I really got that spot on. Pretty happy about that. Neato. So, if we replace the casket occupants, instead of just being that default sprite, we can actually make it be a person. We'll disable all their physics. And then when we move them out of the casket, instead of having to take the default sprite and then flip it and then do a bunch of other shit and then turn it into the ragdoll, it can just be the ragdoll, right? Which should make life easier when we want to get him out. I'm not sure how we're going to get him out. I really was thinking of having a machine to do it. And that'd be okay, because the machine could just attach springs to him and literally pull him out. Alternatively, we create a tool to do it, a piece of equipment, like our iron bar and our vacuum. I'm not sure how a tool to take someone out of a casket would work. And then you've also got to think about putting them back in the casket. So we probably don't do that. I think a machine. I think it has to be a machine. I think taking someone out of a casket should be rare enough that using a machine to do it should be fine. Maybe it could be a robot. Could be a robot. A robot. The idea has merit. I don't know. I don't know. But I do know that I'm pretty happy with that. And today's going to be a short stream, and we're going to call it there. I know, I've only been streaming for 3 hours. I know. That's like nothing for me. But whatever. I want to go watch a film before work tomorrow. Work tomorrow is going to be well annoying. Because I'm going to be the only dev in the office. Which is never a good thing. Something always goes wrong when I'm the only dev in the office. Then I have to fix it. Then I feel good about it. But, it's kind of stressful at the time. We made progress today. I'm happy. We did what I wanted, which was create a ragdoll. And I'm gonna go relax. Maybe put a movie on. Maybe try and work on some of these sprites while I watch a movie. Yeah. I'm pretty convinced nobody's watching right now, so I'm just talking to myself. But that's fine. It has been a pleasure. If there is anyone watching, I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll catch you guys later. Adios.